And we're live. Good afternoon, everyone. How are you?
Hi, everybody.
Tell us about yourself in the chat.
Yes, please.
Where are you from? What school are you from? And most importantly, do you like cooking? Lisa, where are you from?
Subject. I am from Canada, precisely
Wow.
Hamilton, Ontario. It's between Toronto and Niagara Falls. Yeah, great city, beautiful. I miss it a lot. And I currently live in Bologna.
Nice. How's the weather there?
Today it's a bit cloudy. I'm looking out my window. A bit cloudy, but the temperature's not so bad. It's gotten a little cooler. Last week it was nice and warm. Hi, Giacomina. Hello. How about you, Jordi?
Hi,
Where are you?
I'm from London, born and raised. I've been in Milan now in Italy since 2015. I do miss home slightly, but I'm very happy here, especially with amazing colleagues all around Italy, obviously.
I know, it's been great to be able to touch base with everybody over the last few weeks.
Hi, Martina, as well, from Bologna.
Hello.
We've got good vibes from Giacomina.
Thanks.
And Valeria from Milan as well. I think you're actually from Milano Meravigli. I try to learn everybody's names. It's not always possible.
No, I know. How many students do you have at school?
We're around 850, 900 students, so it's very difficult to remember everyone's name. I think you're in the same position as us, aren't you?
We've got about 700 students at Bologna Mille.
We've got Mauro as well from Genoa.
Hi, Mauro.
Yes, and Valeria is from Milano Meravigli. I was right. Ho-ho! Well, we've got a lot of people from Bologna today.
Hi, how are you, Vincenzo?
Tell us about yourself, guys. Where are you from? What do you like? What are you doing to pass the days? I don't know about you, Lisa, but I can't wait until we're allowed outside again.
Yeah, it's been tough. But, we're really busy. We've been working a lot, so the days go by really, really quickly. Hi, Kendra.
Hey, Kendra.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to stepping outside, hopefully soon. What do you think the first thing you're going to do is?
I don't know. I think I've had enough of the supermarket and cooking. I don't know what normality is now.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe go to a park or the cinema. What about you?
Oh, cinema, no, nothing closed. Needs to be outside, out in the open. Yeah, I'm not sure what I don't know. I have to think about it. Maybe go to a park, yeah. Or a nice bike ride.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can always bike ride to the shop now, can't you? The supermarket.
Yeah, I guess.
I don't know. When I go to the supermarket now, I just can't wait to see a massive long line just to enjoy some fresh air. The longer, the better.
Okay. All right.
Okay, so, Lisa, what are we talking about today?
My favorite subject. Food. Yeah. Recipe.
Food.
Yes. I love cooking. It's my favorite.
Are you a good cook?
I think I am. People say I am. So I'm going to say yes. I really, really like cooking, and it's my way to relax. Some people go to the gym, some people read books, some people love watching TV series. But if I need to relax after a really hectic day, maybe, I love cooking something. And the more complicated the dish is, the happier I am.
What type of thing do you like cooking then? What's your piece de resistance?
Everything, really. I prefer cooking meat.
Okay.
Yeah, if we have to cook fish, I'll cook fish, but I usually get my husband to do that because I don't like cleaning the fish.
Okay.
No.
So you're more of a meat eater anyway.
Yes, yeah, but also pasta dishes, risotto. I love cooking risotto. Yeah, lots of things. Do you like cooking, Jordy?
I do. I have to say, it's something that after work I like to do that just relaxes me, and I can sort of switch off and go to my pans. It's very fun. Especially, my family is originally Italian from Parma, and we're in restaurants in London. So let's just say everybody's a good cook in my family. We've always eaten well. I do try to I wouldn't say compete, but try to do some of my family's recipes, and they never turn out the same way. I suppose
No.
everyone's got their favorite. Yeah, I do like cooking, maybe a little bit too much sometimes.
Yes. Last
Do you
week,
have any Canadian dishes?
Canadian dishes. We cook a lot of roasts, like roast beef or pot roast. Salmon is also really popular. It's really difficult to find a true Canadian dish because Canada is a country that's multicultural. So it's kind of a mix of cultures, dishes. We have a really, really large Indian population, a really large Chinese population. So you get a really good mix. But I would say a typical Canadian dish is, or something that Canada is famous for, is poutine.
Which is?
Oh gosh, it's, I'll write it in the poutine. Let's see. Did it come up? Yeah. It in French it means a big mess. The actual word poutine is a big mess, and it's French fries or chips, as you call them in England.
There we go.
Gravy, which is the reduction of a roast of a roast beef, and cheese curds.
Okay.
Cheese curds are the first. I guess when you're making the cheese, it's the first part, the first layer when everything kind of starts fermenting. I don't know how to make cheese, but yeah, cheese curds. And it's this really, really gooey and delicious mess. And it's originally from Quebec, which is the French province in our country.
Okay, I have to admit, I'm going to mix it up there a bit. My guilty pleasure, which, how would you explain a guilty pleasure? It's something that you love, but you shouldn't.
Yes.
Yeah. And this may sound a bit disgusting, but chips, okay, or French fries for you, and gravy. That's it. I just dip them in and, oh, lovely.
You would love poutine then. It's absolutely delicious.
I have to. I think next time I'm down in Bologna, you're gonna have to make that for me.
Yes, I will. When I'm kind of feeling a bit sad and I need a little bit of comfort food, I make some poutine, and it really is a guilty pleasure because it's so fattening.
Now, what's comfort food?
Comfort food is something that it's like a big hug. So when you're feeling a bit sad, you eat it and it gives you like this warm feeling. It just gives you a little bit of comfort. Yeah.
So it's like a big, greasy, fatty hug.
Yes, the best kind of hugs, Jordy, the best kind. Yeah. What's your comfort food?
Oh, I don't know. I have to say I'm quite partial to a pie.
A pie?
Yeah. And wait, pies? Do you have savory pies?
We do.
Is that a thing for you guys?
Yeah, we call them quiche, or we have chicken pot pie, steak pot pie. Yeah.
Yeah, I just find with the pastry and the warm ingredients inside, and generally there's a sauce or a gravy as well. It's just it's nice. Yeah. It's what you need. Yeah. But as well with Vincenzo's comment, Nutella. I think Nutella is one of the biggest comfort foods there are.
Yeah.
I have to say,
Um,
I tried the pan di stelle spread as well, which is very similar. Just no,
yes, I
no.
didn't like it.
You didn't. It's just got bits
No,
of biscuits in it. It's very
that's what
nice.
that's what I didn't like. Nutella's like just creamy and soft. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
What are your
I
comfort foods, guys? Yole, um,
so
Valeria,
guilty for.
Mauro.
Okay, it's guilty for taking weight. Do we say taking weight, Lisa?
No, no, we don't. We use another verb with weight. Can anyone
Does
think of
anyone
what
know?
it is? We can use it also with speed. You speed when you start going faster. Any other hints you can think of, Jordy?
I don't know because it might be a different way as well to say it. With speed you may use one, and weight. I mean, I have to say, especially over this period at home, I've definitely done a fair bit of it. Because
Yeah.
unfortunately, the good thing about cooking is you make lots of lovely things, and it's enjoyable. The bad side is that you come out of isolation double your size.
Yes. I'm afraid that some of my colleagues will not recognize me at the end of this. Yole weight increasing. Not quite, Yole. You're almost there.
You could increase speed, yeah. Or there we go.
Yes.
Put on weight.
Wow,
Well done,
great job, Vincenzo.
I have put on a lot of weight if we really want to add something.
Yeah.
So I can't wait to go to the gym as soon as we're out.
Yes. Oh, so that's going to be the first thing you do.
That probably is. I mean, I'm hoping that the newspapers in Italy will rethink the beach body this year, because I don't think anyone will be ready for the beach.
No. Okay. So Vincenzo says put on weight. Is there any other verbs we can use to say that we're getting bigger? There's one.
Getting bigger or getting
fatter.
Yeah.
Chubbier. But I like to use the verb gain. We gain weight.
Gain weight.
Yeah.
There we go from Mauro.
Yeah.
Nutella is appreciated anytime, but it's not good for our healthy and for height control. Weight control, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. So just remember, it's not good for our health. Yeah. Healthy would be describing a type of food. So maybe steamed vegetables, okay, will be healthy.
And boring.
Health and boring, yeah. It's like when somebody says, "Oh yes, I'll make cauliflower," and it's like, okay, so long as you cover it in cheese, it's absolutely fine.
Yeah.
Get fat, get some weight. So as we said before, you get fat,
yeah,
or you gain weight.
Yeah.
Just write that in there.
Perfect. It's probably more polite to say to gain weight than it is to get fat.
Yeah.
I might say get fat with a friend, but I probably wouldn't say it with someone that I didn't know very well. Yeah. And can anyone think of the opposite of gain weight? So in this quarantine period, we'll all have gained weight. After, what do we do to get smaller? Anybody?
To get what can you do to make something go away?
Yeah.
Let's say you have a letter. Somebody has written you a letter that says you have got fat. Yeah, you've taken offense. You don't want to see this. You want to get rid of the fat. So we can lose weight, yes. Or there's one other thing. Weight loss, yep. So if I have a piece of paper and I want to make it disappear, what can I do? What can I do to the piece of paper?
Yes.
Yeah,
That's
so
a
if you
good
go
one.
to the gym, you can do this.
Yeah.
Mm,
It's
mm, mm, mm.
a verb we
Disco
often use it
Inferno.
with fire. Yeah. Pulling out the 70s there, Jordy. Good job.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
you burn fat.
Yeah.
Yeah, burn, baby, burn.
Yeah.
Uh,
Good.
okay.
Okay. So why don't we take a look at some questions? Let's take a look at what our focus is about today. Giordano, do you want to read for us?
Yes, my favorite recipe. In this focus activity, we will talk about delicious dishes, talking about cooking, talking about recipes using gerund clauses.
Perfect. All right, let's take
Delicious
a look at,
dishes.
yeah,
Perfectly in time for lunch after this.
Yeah. All right, let's read a question each. I'll start. Giordano, what is your favorite dish? And you guys also in the chat, let us know what your favorite dish is. What's yours, Giordano?
My favorite dish. I don't know. I have to say one thing I miss, especially now being in quarantine, speaking to my mum. She used to make the escalopes. Yeah, so the cotoletta, as they call it in Italy. And it's one thing I've always missed. She does it in a way that I can never quite make it. It's not the traditional way, but it really is amazing. That was, I have to say, that's my favorite dish. What about you, Lise?
Oh God, it's going to sound odd, but I think the one thing that I love the most is Caesar salad.
Okay, wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, I don't think. It's something that I love, and all of my best friends in Canada know that I love it. So the first thing that we do when I go back home for a visit is go out and have a Caesar salad. But it's got to be a good Caesar salad. I'm a Caesar salad connoisseur. So I'm very, very, very picky about my Caesar salads.
Is that with your croutons as well?
Yes, croutons, bacon, and I like lots of lemon on it. So freshly squeezed lemon juice also. Yeah.
Okay. Do you make it at home, or is it just too...
I do make it, but I make the eggless version. I don't like raw eggs. And so, yeah, I do make it at home. Let's take a look.
We've got Martina here. So I started cooking seriously in quarantine. I think all of us are becoming professionals at the moment. But I learned a lot of recipes. My favorite recipe has always been tortellini over all my grandmother's ones. Oh, do you like tortellini?
Now, I shouldn't be saying this because I do live in Bologna. And I might not be able to leave the house after I say this, but I don't like tortellini.
Oh no! Why?
I'll eat them, but it's not one of my favorites. No.
Okay. See, one thing I actually learned here in Italy is that at Christmas time, all the different regions or even cities have a different version of the dish. Like I think Bologna as well. Do they have cappelletti? Is it?
Tortellini.
Okay, then you've got. So where I'm from in Parma, we have the annolini, which I mean, basically, it just really changes the shape. I think. I mean, ours are done with overcooked beef and parmesan and other things inside that you serve it in broth.
Yes.
Yeah, at Christmas. Then going to either towards Lombardy or further down Emilia-Romagna, every city you go to has a different version. It's quite fun, actually.
It is. It's nice.
Very tasty.
Yeah. How about Yole's favorite dish? Oh,
there we go.
I feel like Yole and Martina are both in Bologna.
I think they are.
Yeah.
There we go. In Reggio Emilia, they're called cappelletti.
Yeah. Yeah. I like lasagna as well. It's one of my favorite things to make, also to cook on a Sunday morning.
And to eat, and to eat the next day. And Valeria, could you tell us what
Wow.
it is, lomo saltado?
Lomo
Tell.
saltado is like sautéed, I feel. Maybe
Okay, lomo. I can't.
lomo, I have no idea. Could it be some sort of meat?
I think it is. I don't know if I'm right saying pork.
Oh,
I'm probably completely wrong, but Valeria, if you could please tell us.
please tell us, Valeria. I love learning about new dishes. Yeah, one of my favorite things to make also is pad thai, which is yeah, a good pad thai. It was really difficult to find a lot of the ingredients, but I found this really, really great Asian supermarket in the center of
Okay.
Bologna. And so that's where I get all of my special secret ingredients for Asian foods. Yeah.
Very nice. I mean, I actually, so my mum was one that she used to have cookbooks everywhere. One was Ken Hom, who's a Chinese, he does Oriental cooking. I always used to try. It never came out right. My sister was a lot better than me, but I always tried. I tried at
Yeah.
least. You've
Getting a
got
lot of
Sole, who says, my favorite dish is pasta with tomato sauce.
yeah.
Sweet and easy, as we say.
Yeah, yeah, that's a good favorite. Yeah, lots of fresh basil as well.
You've got Vincenzo. I love every recipes with fish, but if the fried fish is very well cooked, it could be my favorite dish.
Yes, fried fish.
See, I'm not a big fish person, I have to say, but I have to say like a fritto misto I die for that.
Yes, after a long day on the beach, as like an aperitivo, a little bit of fried fish, a little bit of prosecco, and you finish the day off. We will get there.
Yeah.
We will get there.
Kendra wants to know where the market is.
I'll call you after, Kendra.
So Yole is, I like cooking lasagna with vegetables besides mozzarella, besciamella, and parmigiana cheese.
Yes. Now, Yole, question, because I wrote some notes, and one of my favorite things to make was lasagna with bechamel. Do you make your own bechamel, or do you buy it? Let us know, Yole.
Gotta make it at home. I love this one actually. So Valeria is composed with rice, meat, French fries, onion, and tomato.
Wow.
Okay. Valeria, could you tell us which meat you mean? This actually reminds me. Have you ever seen My Big Fat Greek Wedding, Lisa?
Absolutely.
You know what? So you don't know. You don't need no meat. It's okay. I make lamb. Yeah. So here we go. If you don't like meat, you can use chicken. So meat is still the general term.
Yeah. Meat could be anything. It could be beef, pork, chicken, lamb, rabbit. Turkey also, yeah.
Wild boar, which is one of my favorites, I have to say.
Yes. I'm not a big fan of those kinds of meats. In Canada, we also eat deer. I don't know if you've ever tried deer. Yeah, deer meat.
I would feel bad. I just think of Bambi.
I know. That's why I don't eat it. But lots of people do. And it has a really, really sweet taste. It's best to marinate it for a very long time in some good red wine. Okay. Valeria, beef. It's beef. Okay.
So I was completely wrong with pork, but hey.
Okay.
I think I'm going to look up that recipe.
Yeah, I think I may have eaten that dish because it sounds very familiar. I went to a Peruvian restaurant last year in Florence when I was doing my Director of Studies training with Joe and Matthew. And it sounds like something that I ate, and it was really, really, really good. We also had Peruvian beer.
Oh, how was that?
Good. Very nice. Very nice. I like
never tried it.
No. Yeah. Well, I don't know if there are any Peruvian restaurants in Bologna. I have to search for something. I'm sure in Milan there's got to be.
Yeah, I'm sure there will be. Vincenzo, I started to be hungry. Okay, so do I. But we use I'm starting to get hungry. Yeah. Or I'm starting to be hungry. What do you use actually? We can use both.
Yeah.
Second.
I don't know if I might be one of the only people in this quarantine that I'm not very hungry. I know. I cook a lot, and my husband actually asked me last week to stop cooking so much, but I haven't really had a big appetite.
Okay. See, well, my tradition in my family is that on a certain day of the year, mum always cooks your favorite dish. And unfortunately, my mum isn't here for me this year because she's back in London. So I'm hoping my partner will understand that there is a certain dish to be cooked today. And I'm hoping my mother has passed on the message.
Oh, let's hope. So what is today? Today is Jordy's birthday. Happy birthday, Jordy.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So hopefully there's going to be a nice bottle of wine and my favorite dish.
Yes, let's hope. If you'd like, I can send a message after.
Yeah, please. Just not obvious at all, but just the complete, you need to do this. You'll be fine.
Okay. So I see Solis says, you lucky Lisa. Yes, I don't have an appetite, but oh, I lost it. Andrea, hi Andrea, one of our students at Bologna Mille. He's like me, he doesn't have an appetite either. I feel like it's not burning enough.
I wish I had that problem. Yeah. Unfortunately, it's always there. The will to cook and the will to eat it afterwards. That's the problem about being a good cook, is that you always want to eat and try it.
See, that's another thing. When I cook a lot, so every year I have Thanksgiving here at my house, and I have friends that come from a little bit of everywhere, and we're about 15 people, and I actually cook for 2 days, and I never eat, because once you've cooked for such a long time, and you've
just slaving away.
Yeah, I just kind of just sit back and watch people eat the food that I've slaved over.
Thank you, everyone, for the birthday messages. And Vincenzo, years ago, I tried camel in Algeria.
Wow.
The taste is a mix of from sheep and beef. Very good. Is that sheep?
I think so. Oh, camel.
That's
and how do they cook it? How do they cook the camel, Vincenzo? Is it like a stew? Something? I picture it being a stew.
You just picture the camel in a stew, in a pot.
Yes, with one big camel maybe in a tagine. I don't know. That's Moroccan more than
maybe a cauldron. I don't know.
Maybe, yeah. Let's go to the next question. So this is easy for
Lisa,
me.
Do you prefer to eat out or eat at home?
I do not like eating in restaurants.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why?
Because I like cooking. I like cooking. I like eating at home. I like to know what ingredients I'm using and where I've bought them. I just enjoy eating at home, having friends over, and having a nice dinner with a nice bottle of wine or maybe some beer. And
nice.
Yeah. How about you? Do you prefer?
See, I do enjoy eating out, I have to say, but I have to be sure that restaurant is going to be good. One thing that I really don't like is eating out, spending X amount of money for the pleasure, and it being bad or something that I can cook easily at home.
Yes, yeah.
So that's why I always try to look for the most interesting thing on the menu, or try different cultures, different cuisines.
Yeah. Do you TripAdvisor a lot?
See, I use the Fork, which is quite good, which you also get discounts, which is linked with TripAdvisors. I don't really read reviews purely because you never know if they're true or not. I generally go from recommendation or just walking past and, go, let's try this.
Okay.
Do you?
Oh, I do. I use TripAdvisor because I eat out I rarely eat out. If I'm going to eat out, it needs to be good. So I just want to make sure. I use it with hotels as well. I like to get everyone's opinion. So yeah, I do TripAdvisor.
Okay. So
Yole.
Yola would prefer to eat out, but nowadays it is a dream for us. Correct.
Yeah. What's your favorite restaurant or type of food if you have to go out? Do you enjoy going out for pizza or maybe fish? Where do you like to go?
See, my family basically, my father had six pizzerias in London,
Yeah.
so I was basically born and raised in them. So I generally don't,
Okay.
purely because I think I've eaten so many pizzas over my life that I don't know. It's nice every now and then, especially at home with a beer, but that's about it.
Yeah.
Generally speaking, I go out to eat either Oriental cuisine or African cuisines because it's something I'm not very good at home.
Yeah.
And they have the correct spices and everything else, and they do it perfectly.
Yeah.
What about you?
Yeah, I think if I have to eat out, it would be something Asian or something different, something that I can't make at home. If I can make it at home, I prefer cooking.
We were waiting. Someone was going to say that. I love eating out sushi.
Yes. Oh, you can eat sushi. Oh, maybe that's the first thing we're going to do.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Then we've got Yole. I'm very curious in tasting dishes of special restaurants, maybe foreign ones.
Yeah.
Can you give us an example, Yole? What's a special restaurant for you? And I agree with Vincenzo here. Word of mouth is the best way to find a good restaurant.
Yeah. So Vincenzo, when we get back to school and you come for your first lesson, I want you to recommend a good restaurant that I can go to here in Bologna to celebrate the end of quarantine. All right.
And I think I agree with that one. So when I was abroad, I refused to eat in Italian restaurants. It's never going to be the same, especially when you're from Italy. It's not.
Yeah. Even if I try to cook Italian dishes when I go back home to Canada for my mom or for my sister, it never tastes the same. It's the ingredients that are so special here. The raw materials.
And the love.
Have. Also,
it's the love.
The air. I don't know what it is. Yeah.
We got Valeria here. I always eat at home, but for the university, I started to eat out with my friends. Obviously, it is easier.
Yeah.
Initially, it was amazing, but after 1 month, it started to be boring. So I prefer to eat home and sometimes out. Yeah, not only boring, but it can get pretty expensive, especially in Milan.
Yes.
I do the same. I try to always make my packed lunch, which is la schiscetta. I don't know another way to say it.
Yeah.
It's, when you bring lunch from home, but sometimes I can't do that in the morning, so I just go out to the bar across the road.
I got into a really bad habit. Well, bad is good, and I order a lot of poke at work. I love poke.
Are you still doing that? I mean, I did my training with you. It was June, July last year, and poke was already on the menu.
Yes, I'm still doing it. I have not stopped. I believe I have a problem, and I don't know how to solve it. But it's just so good, and it's fresh, and it's healthy. It's just delicious. Oh, hi, Gianluca.
Yeah.
Hi.
We got hi, Lisa.
Hi.
And Andrea, I really like Korean cuisine, especially kimchi soup.
Yes. Wow. I went to my first Korean barbecue over the Christmas holidays in Canada, which is really, really special. Have you ever been to a Korean barbecue?
Never.
Oh, wow. It's this really big table with these little like barbecues. And you cook your own food.
Wait, like Benihana? I know Benihana, they cook.
No, Benihana is the one where they cook in front of you. That has a name as well. I can't remember what that's called.
And throw things in the air.
Exactly. No, it's not like Benihana. It's you actually cook your own food. So they bring you all of the plates with raw fish, raw meat, raw vegetables, and you all those sauces and the marinades, and you cook your.
So wait, let me get this right. You're paying to cook your own food in a restaurant.
Yes, yes, I know. Where have we got like this? Yes, and they're always full. So they must be doing something right. But yeah, it's fun. I think it's just an alternative to a regular restaurant. But yeah, it's lots of fun. All right. So
do they give you like a recipe or something to do, or do you just
no,
put it
you
on the
just
grill?
throw it on the grill and chat with your friends and turn every once in a while. And yeah.
Make sure you don't get oil in your eye or something.
Yes. I do have to say that one of the downfalls is that you come out of the restaurant smelling like a barbecue. But that's all right. It was fun. It's kind of like those one time only things. Yeah, I've been to a Korean barbecue.
Done that.
Patricia loves poke bowls too. And I say that when we're back at Bologna Mille, we have a poke bowl party.
A poke party?
Yes, I think it's a great idea. All right.
All right, Lise, when was the last time you cooked something special?
Let's see. This weekend, I made bread.
Okay.
Yes.
Do you have a bread maker, or did you do it yourself?
No, I have a special way to make bread. I use my cast iron pot.
Okay.
My cast iron casserole with a lid. And my recipe is really, really easy because there's no kneading involved. You don't have to knead. You don't have to work the dough. It's a long rising, so it rises for minimum 18 hours, but even up to 24. Yeah, it's really easy. Flour, yeast, salt, and lukewarm water. You mix it up really quickly, cover it, and let it rise. And I added sun-dried tomatoes and cheddar cheese.
Nice.
Yeah. Once it's risen for those 18 to 24 hours, pull it out of the bowl, turn it around a little bit, put it in your cast iron pot. That's not really good at explaining. And bake it for 30 minutes with the lid on, and then another 15 with the lid off, and it gets all brown and crispy and crunchy. It's delicious.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you got Martina that says panzerotti. We've got Yole with cooked oxtail with couscous.
Wow, that sounds good.
Valeria, so with my siblings, arancini. There's always a debate if it's arancini or arancina or arancina. I can't remember.
It depends on where you're from, Catania or Palermo.
Yeah, I always say the wrong one with the wrong people. So we've got Martina's father is a baker.
Wow. Okay. All right. Does he have a bakery? Where does he have his bakery? In what city does your father have a bakery? And do you bake, Martina?
I would say last week I did the ossobuco with the risotto milanese. It took a long time. It was worth the effort as well. Yeah. But it does take a long time.
Yeah. How do you make your yellow rice?
The key to yellow rice is saffron. I have to say I love making risottos. Yeah, I make them all the time with all different things. I even tried once with mirto.
Oh wow!
Which are the little berries and the liqueur, which was very sweet. Pardon?
It's Sardinian. Mirto is Sardinian.
Yes. Yeah, my partner's Sardinian, so every now and then I try to make certain things.
Yeah.
And risotto is fun. The only thing you need to have a lot of time.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of care. It's like a baby, and it comes out scrumptious.
Yeah. Do you make the traditional yellow rice? Do you know what the key ingredient in the traditional yellow rice is?
Oh no, go on.
It's actually bone marrow. The traditional
from the ossobuco.
Yes, the risotto milanese, like the traditional needs the bone marrow from the ossobuco. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm a fountain of food knowledge, my friend. A fountain.
I could see a dinner party happening soon, I have to say.
Whenever you want. All right. Okay, Martina. Mongidoro. Okay. So in my little town near Bologna, Mongidoro, he works in a bakery and he has made bread for all his life. I don't know if I can use he has been making. Yes, absolutely. He's been making it. He makes bread. Absolutely. Good. Okay. Mongidoro, that's famous for something. Do you know what Mongidoro is famous for?
No, go on.
It's famous because it's where, I think it's Mongidoro, a famous singer, Italian singer is from. Now, Martina, help me out. I might make a mistake, but is it Gianni Morandi? Could be, Martina. Help me out. Help me out.
Ooh.
I think Gianni Morandi. Yeah, I got it. Yes, thank you, Martina. All right. Okay, last question. Go ahead, Jordi.
Okay, are you adventurous with your cooking, or do you stick to basic and traditional dishes?
Answer that one.
See, I'm very adventurous, mainly because my kitchen is always stocked with food of a variety of types and spices and everything. But I can guarantee every time I pick up a recipe book, I'm not going to have the right ones. So I do mix a lot. Yeah, I mean, all the time I try to add. As I'm quite fond of Oriental cuisine, I do try to mix in the types of cooking and the spices. But obviously, it depends. It's not really going to go very well with the lasagna, but maybe some meat dishes.
Yeah.
What about you, Liz?
I'm pretty traditional. I do some pad thais, or maybe I'll do some Mexican. But I like traditional Italian dishes from the north to the south. So if it could be canederli, or it could be rice, potatoes, and mussels, which is one of my favorites to make. It's a dish from Puglia.
That's from Puglia, isn't it?
Yes.
There you go. Yeah.
It's long, but it's delicious. It's one of my favorites. But yeah, I tend to be really traditional. I also like traditional French food. But anything traditional.
For example?
I think my all-time hardest dish and most complicated was Julia Child's beef bourguignon.
I was going to say it.
Yeah, beef bourguignon. I don't know how to pronounce it. But yeah,
it just takes forever, though.
It does, yeah. Because then it's like not only the beef part, but also the pearl onions, and then the sautéed mushrooms, and then you put it all together, and she's got you toasting the flour on the meat. It's really complicated, but I tell you, it was worth it. Yeah.
Okay. Now, my question to you, Lisa, and to everybody watching, it's on the bottom. Do you have a secret family recipe?
To think about that one. I have to
see, for me, in my family, it's the annolini, as I was saying before, for Christmas. It's that, and the most famous one out of my family is my grandmother's apple pie, which I had to fight for 2 years to try and get that recipe, which I finally got it from my auntie. I'm hoping that my grandmother is not listening to this webinar right now. Which I made it for the first time. I misread the method because my grandmother's handwriting isn't the best, and it said something like breadcrumbs. So I added breadcrumbs into the pastry, thinking that's what she meant, and no. It was to work the pastry until it becomes like breadcrumbs.
Oh, yeah.
So I tried and it didn't really work.
Okay. Yeah, kind of like that sandy texture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've tried many more times. I did it 2 weeks ago as well. It turned out quite well.
I expect one when I see you next. Grandma's apple pie. All right. Let's take a look at some comments. Yole says, I'm very adventurous and prefer to try new dishes. Okay, good. Okay. Whereas Vincenzo The easy way to cook meat like brasato or roast is cook with a slow cooker, but I like to open the fridge and invent new recipes with the food in my fridge. The food I find in my fridge. Okay, all right. Have you ever made a brasato, Jordy?
Well, I did it the other day, actually. I got a nice piece of veal, which is a treat every now and then because it's extremely expensive nowadays.
Yeah.
But it's quite fun. What about you?
Yes, I've done brasato. I have. It's not one of my favorites. I prefer maybe like a pot roast to a brasato. But in the end, I think brasato is very similar to a beef burgundy. The idea is the same, where the base of the liquid is a wine, whereas I don't prefer the wine, maybe just a broth.
The wine's better in the glass.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay, good. All right, let's move on. Let's see. Okay. Do you want to read the first half and I'll read the second?
Yes, so delicious dishes. Okay, I admit it. I have a serious sweet tooth. Baking is not one of my favorite activities, but having dessert definitely is. My latest favorite is dessert-style pancakes with fresh whipped cream.
Having grown up in a house where desserts were neglected at best, I can say I truly appreciate it when a dinner invitation closes with a scrumptious taste of heaven. All right. So, Jordan, do you have a sweet tooth?
I don't. I love cooking desserts, but I just don't. I'm more of a savory person. What about you?
I have no sweet tooth whatsoever. I do not take after my parents because both my mom and my dad have the biggest sweet tooths. Sweet teeth.
Sweet teeth. Sweet tooths.
Sweet tooths. But I prefer savory. Yeah, give me a bag of potato chips and I'm the happiest person in the world. Yeah.
Pringles. It's all about the Pringles.
See, I like Lay's. I'm a big Lay's fan. Salt and vinegar, dill pickle, flavors that we don't find here in Italy, unfortunately.
But I have to say that word scrumptious, as soon as I see it, it makes my tummy rumble, I have to say.
It's true. Yeah, it's true. Oh, we lost our slide.
Guys, we are coming to an end slowly, unfortunately. Just quickly tell us, if you can, what are you cooking for lunch? Lisa, what are you cooking?
I'm not cooking today. My husband's cooking.
Oh, you're being cooked for?
Yes, but it's 1 o'clock, almost 1 o'clock, and I still don't hear any noise in the kitchen. So I think I need to start worrying. Yeah,
it may be a pizza delivery time.
What are you cooking?
I made a ragu yesterday. Actually, 2 days ago, I had to let it rest, and that is my lunch. I was thinking about making pasta from scratch, but then I didn't really want to.
Can I step away just for 1 second? I'm going to show you something really, really quickly. Speaking of homemade pasta,
okay.
My neighbor came and dropped something off this morning.
Oh, wow. I think she actually means it. She may have...
She's an...
Did they make fresh pasta for you?
She's 83, and every week she brings us homemade, I don't know if you can see that, homemade tagliatelle.
Wow, yes.
Every week.
Wow.
Every week. Yeah, she's fantastic.
I want a bit of that, I have to say.
Yeah, she's pretty great. And she makes 12 eggs a week. She's about this big.
Wow.
You could put her in your pocket. Yeah.
And Yole, today my husband is cooking as well. Okay, great, guys. I have to just say thank you very much for being with us. Thank you for the birthday wishes as well.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. I'm going to go and make my lunch because I am starving.
Good. Well.
And thank you, Lisa.
Thank you, Jordy. It was a lot of fun. Have a great day, everybody.
Thanks, guys.
See you soon.
Have a good day. Bye.
Bye-bye.